Right, so there's our spring one now. The frame is quite straightforward to draw, which I could go through with you at some stage. And the frame was all drawn, but then how do we get the springs in the centerpiece? Because the way this seems to work, from what I can gather from the drawings, is that this bottom is the fixed plate. It's this plate here, which you can see rides up and down, and it's this plate that goes right the way through to link to the bottom of the wagon. And there could be 2 springs, 3 springs, or 4 springs, but that's actually your suspension unit. And we've got to get the springs in there somehow. So what I've done somewhere along the line is I created, this is basically this little bit here, that plate and that plate, just to show you how I got them in. Because I've got them in there and I want to sketch now the pins in the middle to put the coils on. Now I could highlight that and hit the sketch command, and you can see what's happening. If I now draw on there, I'll draw a circle on there, and the circle is actually down there. So it can start to get a bit awkward sketching. So what we can do, which is a better way of doing it, is to use the inspect section analysis. And you click that one, and then you can put a section analysis in. Let me go back and edit this one so you can see it's in here. By putting the section analysis, I can go down below this plate to get at the plate I want to draw on quite cleanly. And of course you can do this on anything. So if I come back to that one, whoops, sorry, that one there, and I wanted to say put something on there or here, and it was difficult to get at, then do a section analysis, and then you can get down to the plate you want. So let's have a look at putting the springs on there. So now we can go and do, and I'm not going to measure these, this is going to be done quite roughly. So I'm going to put in a diameter which will be the center point, as it were. And I'm going to do this step by step rather than all in one go, just so you can see it. Now again, I can't quite get at that one. So the idea is to switch off the sketches you don't want. Then you can easily get at it. With them all on, you can't quite grab it quite the same. And then I'm going to extrude that up. Now, I'm not sure where the top is, so quickly click off the section, front view, bring it up, make sure it's in join, and that's my first spindle, or call it what you will. Put the section back on again, and then go back into that sketch. No, we don't need to go into the sketch, just hit the top button so you're there. So now we've got to get a coil spring round there, so we're going to use create, and we're going to go coil. We're going to pick the plane that you want to sketch it on. In this case, it's this grey one down here. So we click on there for the plane, then we place our center point there, then we pull out to there, and then we can set the dive. So pull out I mean, you can type in the measurements obviously, but I'm just doing this quick so that you can see. And then we'll have a section of, I'll leave it at, well, let's make it a section of 2.5 mil so we can see it. Now we're going to get the spring, the height. So now we can go that way, and we can see now. But again, we want to take the section off so we can see what's going on. And now we can see that we want to bring that up and to cover it in. Once it goes in there, it doesn't matter because it's solid anyway. Now we can adjust the number of revolutions we want. I'm just going to put 10 in there, not forgetting to change cut to join or maybe new body. Because if you do new body, and of course all you've got to do then is select that body. So we can select that. Let's do a copy command. Select that body. Oh, I didn't do that as a body, did I? Hang on a minute. So we can go back and edit that. Edit feature. I want it as a new body. Right, now I can select that body. Spring and the body. And do a copy. And again, I don't know where I want to copy it. So again, what I can do is put the analysis back on again. And go on to top view. And then I can move it to wherever I want to move it to. Or you could draw 4 springs, of course, entirely up to you. Take off the section. And then we've got the 2, we've got 2 in. I'm not going to draw all 3 because it's just repeating. But hopefully that gives you an idea. Now if you feel, well, we want them further apart, then it's easy enough because we just go back into the spring, which is that one. Right click on it, edit feature, and let's call it, let's do 20 revolutions. I didn't, we had a warning because it was a copy. Sorry, should have done it on the other one. I won't go back onto it though, because otherwise I'm just going to waste time. Does that make sense to you? So therefore, if I go back onto the Bogies side plate, this one, and switch the analysis on, you can see there how I've done that one. What I actually did with this one was to draw 4 squares and then pop the springs on them. After I drew the squares, I just put a chamfer on them, because at the end of the day, whether there's anything in there or not, you're not going to see it on OO gauge anyway, apart from maybe the light going through it. And these will print out very well as well. And I'll talk about printing later on, because this would have to be printed on an angle, because if you print it upright, then you've got nothing supporting the springs, and you don't want piles of supports within the springs. That's as far as I intend going.
We are always looking for future talking topics, so please raise a question in the comments section and we'll try and make a video for you available in the future.